How's it going, everybody? I'm your host Sean with Paper Planes, and welcome back to episode number 27 of my ultimate walkthrough guide for Dark Souls. So last episode we killed Seat the Scaleless. We cut off his tail like a boss with this big old bloody sword I'm holding, and what we got by doing that is this Moonlight Greatsword here. But we're not going to use that. We're going to be headed down to the Catacombs, and we're going to need to do some divine damage to those enemies. So we could use something like the Astora Straight Sword, which already does 120 increased divinity damage. So that's something to think about if you want to use that. But you see here, it's got a faith requirement of 14, so we need to level up our faith 2 points. Also, blade weapons, not necessarily the best choice against skeletons. If you think about it logically, not logically, because when the hell would you ever fight a skeleton in logical senses, but any kind of enemy that's just bone, clearly you'd want to hit with a mace or a hammer to crush it, because you're not going to hurt something that's like stone by stabbing it. So technically, we're going to switch to a heavier weapon, like a hammer or a mace. So we don't really have anything like that necessarily sitting in our inventory. It's probably in our bottomless box. So we're going to get to that and see what we got to use. Show me my weps. Alright. So I don't have too many hammers. I know that. And some of these things are going to be out of our strength scenario here, so we can go ahead and look at the parameters while we're scaling through. There's our mace, and some of these have bleed effect, but you're not going to bleed a skeleton, so don't worry about that. Obviously some of these are really slow. I actually, you know what I want to do? I want to use our... Where is that guy? I want to use our reinforced club, and I want to improve upon this. I want to upgrade it, and I want to put some divine damage on it. I just love the moveset of the reinforced club. I play with it as a level 1 character all the time, and I just think it's an awesome weapon. I freaking love it. So we're gonna do that. So let's level up this, or not level up. Let's reinforce this little guy over here. We're gonna make you big and strong. I'm going to do what we can with the materials that we have on hand, and then we're going to have to go over to another blacksmith. So let's warp over there. We're going to go see... Where you at? Where you at? We're going to go see our buddy Andre the blacksmith. And we've got plenty of souls to accomplish what we're trying to do here. Plus, another good thing about using this reinforced club is it's not going to take a lot of weight. Alright, so let's see. We're going to purchase some items from him. Going to get a couple of these guys. Now let's have him reinforce that club. Boom. Okay. And we're going to need to modify it. And this is how we start the divinity tree. Basically, we're going to modify the +5 reinforced club with a green Titanite shard. Now you can do, obviously you see here, any +5 item we can take to that we have already. Also, okay, this is a perfect example. The light crossbow, I brought it to +8 on my own. Now if I wanted to, I could make it divine, but it's kind of a bad idea because I've already spent 3 levels in standard damage upgrades. So I want to do something else with that crossbow if I decide to, in fact, upgrade it in a different way. So we're going to move that into the Divine Reinforced Club. There we go. And now we can go back to Reinforced Weapon, and it's going to be there, but now we're going to be spending different raw materials on it, like these green Titanite shards. So we're going to keep improving that, and you see here I've got my natural, normal, standard damage, and now I also have the divine damage. As it keeps increasing, I'm doing double damage with different types of effects. So this club's going to be much more powerful. There we go. So my divine weapon is looking pretty good, and let's see if we can modify this thing some more. Alright, so we don't have the other divine ember, basically the larger divine ember, that can make a plus 10 divine weapon. So we'll have to come back at a later time to do that, but now you guys know how to upgrade your divine weapons. And like I said, if you just want to stick to the Astora's sword to avoid spending your materials on a divine weapon, then you can do that. It's just going to be a lot weaker than having something like this club. So we're going to equip this now. And let's see, let's try to figure out what else we might want to use in this area. We'll definitely use our pyromancy because that's very effective as well. And we're pretty good here, so now we can use our souls to level up. So let's do that. And I know that I want to start spending in damage, so I'm going to spend some strength. Put that there. We're going to be doing basically strength and dexterity, vitality, and endurance improvements as we go on. So we'll try to keep building those to whatever meets the current need that we're working on. So let's check out this weapon one more time. Let's see here. So it's got a strength modifier of D, which is not good, but while we're using it, and we're going to increase strength anyway, so it's going to do a little bit more damage just because we've got higher strength stats. So this is going to be good, and it's good against all types of enemies because of that bleed effect. Alright, so now we're going to go back to Firelink, because that's where we get to the entrance area of the Catacombs. I know a lot of people like watching Catacombs because Catacombs can get pretty hairy at times. Especially the Tomb of Giants. Okay. So let's rest here. So just in case we die, we're one step closer. Although warping isn't a real inconvenience, it's nice to be just one little spot closer. What's up, you big ugly?
Oh, sorry, fool.
Shut your mouth!
Enough.
This guy. He's so jealous. He's so jelly. Okay, so here we can just mow through these guys. They're gonna awaken. While we're here. Come on, buddy. Let me show you how to do this. That's not how you do this. But there we go. See, we've got some pretty serious damage against these enemies now. We've got the divine weapon, and because we have the divine weapon and we killed them with that damage, they're not going to respawn like always. And this is why I love this weapon. The lunging attack is just awesome. It does super good damage, and you can do it with one hand too. So if you're going to do the shield methods, you can still get in there with a jumping attack, which is very rare among most weapons. What's up, guys? Come on. And I'm just killing these guys just to show you the type of benefit to having this divine weapon here. So we'll show you the shield. We can do this here. And then you can just take your time. Oh! Whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to suggest one-handing it. That way you guys can always have your shield up and be prepared for anything. I think two-handing it is a little bit more fun. But, you know, whatever your style is, play that way. We don't need to kill these guys over here, but I'm going to. Come on, buddies. Dope! Oh, shit. The big boy is back. Come on. I would rather fight you. See, he's strong, but he doesn't have a hell of a lot of hit points. Pretty easy. And the jumping attack is great because it just pretty much hits through a lot of obstacles, and it does multiple enemy damage as well. Look at all that big old bones. These guys drop the Murakumo, which is a good weapon. A lot of people like to use it. However, it doesn't drop as common as you'd hope. It's very rare drop, actually. And here we're going to grab our binoculars. These are pretty worthless, to be honest with you. I never use binoculars. If I want to zoom in on something, I've got my bow equipped half the time, so I'm going to use that anyways. Alright, so here we go. We're going to come down this way. Most of you guys come this way on accident from the beginners when you first started to play the game, and you thought, okay, this game is hard as shit because skeletons are killing you, and they're reviving before you can even get to the next one. So this is possibly your first time seeing this if you're definitely a beginner player. You probably didn't make it this far. If you did, it was straight up suicide. Now you're going to have these screaming things down here. I like to get them close enough to start chasing me and then get out of the way. Okay. Feels like it's been a long time since I've been in here. That was a really bad attack, by the way. So one might climb up the ladder. I can't remember. I imagine he will. Hello. Still gonna do that, even though it never helps. I don't know why I do. It's just like an instinct to look over to the screen. Come on, buddy. You gonna come up here or what? It would be nice of you to do that. Fine. I'm not gonna two-hand because I don't want to. I don't want to not have access to my shield when I land down here. Why can't I step over this? I want to drop down. Damn it, he got away. Where is he? I know there's one down here. That's ridiculous. I thought he was here. Okay, I'm an idiot. Well, they're going to spawn right here anyways, but... Now, the thing that sucks is you have to wait until they actually form. Otherwise, you can't actually do damage. You can after you knock them to pieces for the first hit, but when they're forming, before you even begin to attack them, you can't do any damage to them. So those statues, not these in particular, like I could stand here in front of them and molest them all day long, and they'll shoot out spikes. Not these ones, but you want to be careful of most statues from this point on. If you walk too close, you're going to get stuck with a spike trap. It's not that damaging, but it is kind of a nuisance. We're just going this slow and easy route here. Just keeping all our enemies in front of us. Let's see. Yeah, these guys don't do it yet either. Okay, so first you're going to go over here. This is how we're going to open that doorway, and we're going to see this bonfire. Now we're going to kill this dude. And these are the guys responsible for the skeletons reviving themselves. So if you don't have a divine weapon, you want to kill this guy first, and then fight these skeletons generally. I love this area. Lots of cockroaches. Cockroach. Alright, so this is our first bonfire here. I don't recommend going human form in this area. This is a common area for people to want to bother you during your playthrough. So just, you know, stay hollow. I always stay hollow if you can. No reason to invite extra enemies into your playthrough unless you're just looking at PvP. Of course, you can invite friendlies, but it's way more common to get invaded than it is to summon someone. So we'll have a bad dude over there. He's going to fire at us from range. Wink. And you can bow and arrow him all you want. So we can just do that real quick. Hit him in the face. Hit him in the face. Just make it a little bit easier on yourself. Alright, cool. Now we can deal with these guys. You can backstab these two. Deal a little bit more damage. And you'll get that overkill soul bonus too. What? Okay. Don't know how that hurts. I guess apparently their feet hurt when they do a roll towards you. Okay. Everything's going good. Oh, there's an archer behind you. I forgot about that guy. What's up, buddy? So when you got your shield up, you don't really have to worry about the archer, assuming you're facing him. Now we can go get this guy over here. And you want to kill these guys because when you... There's going to be a point where you're going to fall down through here. And hopefully you have already taken care of those enemies, because if you haven't, they'll be there waiting for you. And even though they're easy, you never want to be surprised when you're falling through by enemies. God, I don't know why I keep doing that. I keep getting a little bit too anxious to attack something. Come in here. Watch out for these guys. You can back out if you want. The good thing about... What the heck? Couldn't tell that other... I thought that other skeleton was the one I just backstabbed. The bad thing about the skeletons is they move so fast that they change your camera angle constantly if you're targeting them. Alright. So now we'll go in here and get this item. This is a lucerne. This is a pretty rare item. You know, I might be wrong about that. For some reason, I feel like you might be able to purchase this, but if not, this is the only place that you can get it. I can't recall if you can buy this or not. But either way, it's not... I never see anyone using it. I personally don't think I can recall any time seeing an enemy use it. You know, like an invader, of course. Or I've never used it myself in any kind of combat. Alright, let me show you this. Let's see if this statue stabs us. You would think so with that skeleton there, but it doesn't. So we're going to have the bad guy over here. We've got a couple buddies. One the archer, and then this regular skeleton. Alright. Just keep moving if you want to avoid the archer. Where'd the archer go? Oh, he dropped down there. Scaredy. There we got our large soul. We'll come back here, kill the archer. You cannot escape your fate. Cool, cool. Alright. So yeah, anyways guys, I was just hooking up my 7.1 audio system in my living room. Set it up on my PS3 and my PS4, and it sounds freaking awesome. I cannot wait to be playing on that. So even though I still love my PC more than anything, I'm going to be running that through my 7.1 audio system onto my living room TV. I've got like this 55 sorry, I've got this 55-foot HDMI cable. What's up, buddy? Alright, so we can go ahead and archer him if we want. He seems to have a better range than the last guy. And the good thing about these guys is they recover, but they kind of stand there, and they go exactly back to that one spot that you were shooting at. Okay, so there you can see he's dropped an item, and lucky for us, that is the skull lantern. So this is one example of how you can loot that item. It's not a guaranteed drop. Ooh, don't get kicked off the ledge. That bastard skeleton over there. You better not do it. So here we can get stabbed by this guy. I want this skull to like blow up. There we go. Now let me show you how to get stabbed. It doesn't do hardly any damage, but it is a pain in the ass. And the cool thing about the explosions is they can hurt the skeletons. Alright, so we're going to run over here to pull that lever to bring this drawbridge on its proper side. So just be careful about that floating head. Could have exploded that skeleton over the ledge. Yep, it did. And we got this guy. You don't want to fight them in front of the statue. Just let them come to you. Just keep yourself away from the traps. Don't do a lot of damage, but if they stagger you, you're going to get hit by the skeletons as well. Sweet. Alright, so you can come over here and loot this item as well. Soul of a Proud Knight. Alright, so we're going to push this lever in, and it's going to move that drawbridge. You can see it starting to turn. Awesome. Now, here's a fun thing to do. If you invade someone, you can actually flip that switch when they're crossing it and kill them. And you should check out my trolling video if you haven't seen me do that. It's the very first portion of that video. It's my favorite troll. It's hilarious. I love it. So I want to get these guys' attention. I hope he doesn't kick over that. Oh shit. Whoa! Grab it, grab it. That was awesome. Bro, you should be on the skeleton Olympic team, because that was sick. You just kick the shit out of that corpse like a mile high. I'm sure you can score a goal from 500 yards out. Alright, so yeah, we got our skull lantern. Let me go ahead and show you that. I'll also show you an area where we get it for certain, but that'll be in a later episode. So let's, it's actually in the weapons category, because you equip it with your hands, not like a consumable item. There we go. And you always want to hold this in your offhand. So let's see here. You can do damage with it. It's like boxing, basically. And it increases your fire damage. I didn't know that, actually. I never paid attention to that. That's pretty cool. Not bad. Anyways, here we go. It says, Skull Lantern of the Catacombs Necromancer droops from his long beard locks. This lantern alights the tomb of the giants Nito's light devouring domain of death. Also serves as a fire damage strike weapon. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. I've never actually played with it to combat, so that's pretty cool. I learned something here today. Nice, nice. Alright, so we can walk through here. Now there's a lot of different places to go in this area, but what I'm going to do is show you. Now don't walk through there just yet, you're going to fall through the floor. But you can roll off here and go down to this area, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Doink. Now obviously you can't move that way because that's spike bridge, so we're going to do the same thing, except this area is a little bit different. So you can climb up here, and you're going to press in that one. You'll see it go change directions as well. Now we can get through that fog gate if you need to, but you're going to hit this illusory wall after you get hit with those spikes like a dummy. And we've got something good in here. It's a bonfire, so that is sweet. So this is our second bonfire. This is a hidden bonfire here, and I would advise, if you're going to kindle, basically if you're going to decide which bonfires to kindle over another, this is definitely one that you should kindle. And we've got enough souls to level up, I believe. So let's get our strength up to 24. Sweet. Alright, so we can continue moving on here. We can roll through that. And we're going to work our way into this area right here. Now there's going to be some enemies in here. Sounds like they're just up above us. What's up, bro? Whoops. Okay, so what you can do here is actually fall down to the right. And then, okay, that guy dies. Now we're going to get my favorite weapon of all time. This is the Great Scythe. I love this thing. This is the best weapon ever. Alright, so you can see here, we can drop down below and open up a new passageway. But first, let's check out this area. Now, you can also fall through here. So I'm going to do that. Whee! And this is just another area we're going to wrap around to get through here. We'll come back here. I want to show you some other stuff that we've got up ahead. So we'll deal with these explosive heads. Don't hit me, Skelly. That's not nice. Okay, that was a bad idea. I was just trying to have fun with all these explosive heads. But they're having more fun with me. Okay, so we'll go through this fog gate, and this is the fog gate to the bridge we just flipped. These guys are going to still follow us. Nice. Okay. So, oh, where'd you come from? We just have one drop from above? Yeah, I'm guessing that's what happened. Alright, so now we can actually go through here like we planned on. Where is that guy? Alright, so this time we're going to drop in here. See, we got some bad boys over there. Hey, buddy. Oh, shit. I'm glad that targeting didn't drop on that one skeleton that just suicided down there, because that would have been really discombobulating. I think there's a necromancer in here. Nope, not this room. Ah, shit. You gotta be kidding me. I did not swing. I swung like an hour ago. Okay, let's heal up. There's gonna be this trap here, so just roll through this. And roll out. Roll out. Okay. And we've got this lootable item over here. Of course, it's right within our buddy. Spikes just don't do anything. They're just a nuisance. And here is the very entrance to where we first walked into this area. And you see here, this is a zone where we just rolled forward to get to that bonfire. But now we can go through here and we're going to fall into this area. It's going to be this corner here. Alright, see, you see these sparkling lizards over there. So you know, okay, I've got to do some sprinting to get through there. And I've got to do a leaping attack. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, I sucked. But we get one, and we'll get the other one in a second. If you guys remember how I showed you that cheap trick to do that, so we can just log out and log back in. So we'll do that real quick, just to start off right in front of the other guy. Cheap Tactics by Sean. Load game. Oh yeah. Where are you at, buddy? Sorry. No! Oh my god. Okay. At least I killed it. Oh, nice. Alright, so, gonna roll through here, of course. And we get back to this little secret area, and this is part of the trolling process that I was talking about earlier. Again, check out my trolling video. I think it's personally pretty funny. I spent a lot of time on that video, so I would appreciate it if you gave it a look-see. And see, you drop down here, and then you've got free range to push in this pendulum when your buddies or your enemies pass through. Not pendulum, the lever. I don't know why I said that. Sometimes I struggle with words, and that's always a good thing for you guys, not for me. Alright. Sup, dude? I love when they go flying off the cliff. Alright. So we've killed all these guys, of course. So now I can show you one other thing while we're up here. All them dudes is dead. We don't need to worry about that. Now, if, let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anything. No, okay. Now, if we want to get to the next blacksmith, this is how we get there. And this guy is pretty handy indeed. He's going to upgrade with fire weapons and chaos weapons. So it's kind of a tricky thing. You've got some stuff that's kind of lighting the way. Like you see, you've got that skeleton over there and whatnot. So it's actually been a while since I've done this. I think you can just walk straight forward. I don't even think you need to roll, because I don't think you can land on that piece. But let's try it out. Yeah, there we go. You just walk straight forward. Just do that as well. You're going to get this item here. Green Titanite Shard. Now, you want to be careful on how you fall to the next space, because you can actually slide and it'll basically like propel you through a second area, and that will continue your falling damage. So just be careful. There you go. You just walk forward. So if for whatever reason you landed incorrectly, you would have slided. You would have slid, not slided. You would have slid into that hole and landed at the bottom, and that would have created even more falling damage at a much more drastic and exaggerated rate. So down here we're going to drop in. You don't need to be afraid. The only enemies that can really be down here are some of the skeletons that were up from above, and they happened to fall down there and did not die. And for whatever reason, I can't hear the blacksmith right now, but if I look up, I can hear him. I don't know why. So interesting. Okay, I should have fallen through there. And you get this cutscene. So you don't have to be prepared exactly for enemies. Excuse me. It just feels like this guy's an enemy when you get this cutscene entrance for him. So he is a good guy and opens this exit for you.
Be gone with you.
But the one thing that you want to know is if you exit that area, there's a shit ton of bone wheels waiting for you. So it's not necessarily the safest place to run out. Let's see. So yeah, you don't want to drag the bone wheels in here with you because they can kill your blacksmith, and that's never a good thing.
Why, you have an ember, do you? Ah, forget about it. I don't deal with that kind. What has gone wrong with him?
Okay, so here you don't need to give him an ember for him to modify your weapon with the fire path. So you can ascend a +5, like the +5 barbed straight sword, to a fire barbed straight sword. So we might actually do that. I think I'm probably going to do that, yeah, because I want to keep my shield available in certain fights. So I might do that. And as you see here, it takes green titanite as well. So green titanite is very useful in divine upgrades and fire upgrades. So if you want to stock up on green titanite, there's a blacksmith that sells it. This guy might actually sell it, so we can take a look at that in a second. But once we start the path, we don't have to be at this guy to continue to upgrade here. So let's see what he sells, though. He sells some homeward bones, some regular titanite shards, and then, of course, some arrows here. So he is useful as a vendor, specifically for homeward bones, because you always want a vendor that can sell you something like that. And we're probably good right now. We can always come back to him at a later time. Let's go ahead and repair some of this stuff while we're here. Might as well. Oops. Okay, now we're gonna leave. Okay. Okay, so we can come out here, and there's many different ways that you can fight these guys. But I think the best way to go about it is to approach them from up top. And unfortunately, I can't show you how to do that without using a homeward bone. So just make sure you focus one at a time. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, time to get in here. That one guy's almost dead, but the other guy's in front of him, unfortunately. Can't hurt him. How did he hit me? There we go. We killed one of them. Now, these guys drop a super rare shield. It's a bone wheel shield. It's freaking awesome. I love it. Now, the good thing about this area is you can actually use this to isolate one at a time. Just make sure that they don't go all the way down towards the blacksmith. Also, these guys give off pretty decent souls, and when you're isolated with them, they're pretty easy to beat. Where you at? Oh my god. See how weak they are? I hope I get one of those shields just to show you guys right now, because that would be awesome. But typically you're going to have to spend a lot of time farming. Guys? Hello? It's me, your buddy. I can hear one of them. There he is. Run. Alright, cool. There's a couple more down here. I'm going to try to drag them out. You can, of course, hit them with your arrows if you want. Switch to two-hander so I can get a one-shot kill in. Oh, shit! Fuck, 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 fuck. That would have sucked so bad. Oh, my God. That was brutal. Golly. Okay, this guy, too. Everybody wants to sneak up on me. Trust me, there's a lot of them down here. There's at least 7. I think there's more like 8. Any more? Just explodies. Oh shit. The Black Knight came out. The Black Knight came out to play, and he's actually from up top. Golly. Nope. Now remember, we're fighting with the divine weapon right now, so we're not going to deal as much damage as we'd like to, but it's good enough because we've upgraded it so much. There we go. We get a Black Knight shield and a white chunk. Alright, so I think we're pretty safe right here. We're going to have to worry about too much. We can work our way back up. Let's get to some humanities just in case. Now there's going to be bad dudes right here. Just start swinging like a mofo. And there we go. Now this guy will give you another chance to get the skull lantern. So that's something that you want. How'd this guy die? I just rushed in. Ooh, you don't want to be a sorcerer against other ranged and caster type classes. You want to use melee against them. Okay. So we can climb up this ladder. There's still quite a few things to show you guys before we get to the boss fight, which is, as a matter of fact, the easiest boss in the freaking game. It's the Pinwheel boss, and you can actually kill this boss right when you start playing the game. It's so easy to get in here. Well, it's not easy to get in here, but Pinwheel is easy to kill. Come on, buddy. Bad camera angle. That guy was horrible. That was a bad idea. Do a spin move attack across a gap. Okay, so we can fall through here, and this actually brings you to where the Black Knight was. So we can get this loot item here. Soul of a Proud Knight. And of course, we always want to get souls. It's just free currency. And that's how we get out of there. So we're going to continue moving through this area. Back to the place that we started here. And we should have a skeleton down here somewhere. Where you at, buddy? Is he all the way back up here again? Oh, don't want to fall through that part. That takes you to the same room we just fell down into. I wonder where that skeleton went. I don't think he died. Alright, so here's our soul item. I'm trying to listen for anything. I don't hear him. Alright, so this is a dangerous area. You gotta be careful here. Let's see, which side is he in? Okay, he's down here. We've got one of those demons down here. The thing about this, and let me show you where we're at so you get your bearings back. You'll see where we are in a second. Like, oh, okay. So here's where we are. We're at this exploding skull area. And now this guy is blocking a special area. So we're going to have to kill him if we want to get that. Well, you don't actually have to kill him to get there. But it's pretty much advised. Sup, bro? So actually, it doesn't look like he attacks you at all. So we could go down here. We could nestle into the coffin. So let me go ahead and show you that. And this is going to take you down to Gravelord Nito. And basically you're going to have to wait to get a cutscene. It's kind of like sitting in the crow's nest. And if you did it on accident, you just want to get out. A lot of people think that, hey, nothing's going to happen here, so they just exit the coffin. Or maybe we have to kill this guy first. I don't know. I've never actually got into the coffin without killing him, so let's take another 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, see, I almost got out just thinking I had to kill him. But you don't. So if you don't want to kill that guy, then here you go. And this is how you get into the Gravelord Servant Covenant. It's going to take us down to Gravelord Nito. Doesn't that scare you? I just feel like you're going to die in here. Who would want to be in the frickin' coffin? And the crazy thing is, this guy is supposed to be your enemy. Like, this is the main boss of the underworld area. And you can just become a Covenant member of his and still fight him. It's very interesting. So this is actual boss area for where he's located. And it's in the Tomb of the Giants. And he's going to be... I hate this area. He's going to be down here at the end, basically his coffin. And you just kneel down and pray to the sarcophagus of the Gravelord. So this is, if you want to join it, go ahead. We'll show you what happens. What covenant am I in already? It doesn't matter. Alright, so here you see we get the Gravelord Sword and a miracle, the Gravelord Sword Dance. So that's pretty sweet. We all like covenants that give free swag from joining, and there's really no requirements to have this stuff. And this is how you improve in your covenant. You offer the Eye of Death. We can get more of those upstairs where actually that demon was guarding. There's like 3 Eye of Deaths up there, I believe. So yeah, that was simple. Let's check out the new stuff that we got. Gravelord Sword. And here you see it's got good physical damage, and it doesn't have good bonuses as far as parameter bonuses. But it does have is a nice poison effect. It's not a bleed effect, it's a poison effect, which is good. And it's got a special attack, which is really good. I didn't want to toggle status, I want to toggle display. Alright, so it's a curved greatsword. It's a slash thrust, slash dash thrust, since we can't say slash twice, that just sounds weird. Sword wielded only by servants of the Gravelord Nito, the first of the dead. Crafted from the bones of the fallen, the miasma of death exudes from the sword, a veritable toxin to any living being. So, yeah, this there it tells you that it will poison an enemy with toxicity. So, yeah, nobody likes that. In fact, I hate it. But that's a good weapon, and it's pretty powerful, and a lot of people like the Gravelord Miracle. So let's locate that, actually. Here will be Gravelord Sword Dance. You get to use it up to 40 times. Don't be confused about that. It's not like you get to cast this massive spell 40 times. It's the same effect as like having a Pyromancy Storm, a Firestorm effect, whereas it says maybe 40 uses. But that really equates to about 2 uses of a massive AoE type spell. So it says here that doesn't have any required parameters, which is awesome. You don't have to have any faith or sorcery, like any faith or intelligence to use this item. 0 and 0. So this right away becomes an item that you can use as a faith-based spell without any faith. So it's pretty awesome. All you need is to have... it's not a catalyst. What is that thing called? I can't think of it right now. What are they called? What are they called? It's going to drive me crazy if I don't find it. I know these things. Talisman. There we go. Okay, sorry, I had to find that before my brain exploded. So now we can go back to reading this. Miracle known only by the servants of the first dead, Gravelord Nito. Giant Gravelord swords jut out in the vicinity. Nito sleeps deep within the giant catacombs, quietly overseeing all death and waiting for his servants to usher in the Eye of Death. So this is a bang for your buck type spell here. You don't have to invest in anything to use it. All you have to do is carry one of those talismans. Pretty sweet. Okay, now if you're curious on how to get the hell out of here, you're just going to go back to the coffin and jump right in. And the cool thing about Dark Souls 2 is there's a coffin like right in the starter zone, and it actually changes your gender. So that's pretty interesting. I know a lot of people jump into the coffin. They're like, sweet, what's happening? They get out. If they're wearing a full set of armor, they might not realize that anything's going on until later on in the game. They change up their armor and notice that what once was a man is now a chick with pigtails. So, and they probably have no idea how it happened. So I just wish I could experience that kind of feeling. It's too bad that I knew that that was happening when I got into the coffin at the first point, because that would have been a hilarious occurrence. Just to see someone's general reaction to having a gender change and they can't figure out how the hell it happens. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and fire at this guy a little bit. You going to be nice, buddy? Can I target you, please? Please? God, why can't I target you? What the fudge? Okay, I'm like way too close to this guy. Oh shit. Ah, that should hit. That's not nice. See, we do pretty good damage there. Enough to make this risk. Basically just don't want him to do that leaping attack. As long as he just keeps pursuing, that's what we like. And he usually gets jammed up in these columns here. Ooh, stagger. That's what we really want. Perfect. If he starts doing ranged attack at you, that's the best option. Demon Titanite. Oh, yeah. And here we'll get these death, whatever we'll call them. Eye of Death. There we go. Black Death. You knew what I was saying. Alright. So now we can actually work our way to the boss. We don't have far to go. I just want to get back up to a specific area so I can show you guys how to loot something. We don't need to go back down here, but we want to go up. Going upward so I can show you how to get the cleric's armor set. And we actually have to drop down quite a ways to do that. It's close to here, and this actual sign right here is telling you what to do. So all we're going to do is drop below. Doink. And you don't want to go too far, you're going to miss this item. And then we can drop down below to this one as well. So just easy does it, nice and slow. Now, since I went down here first, I already killed all the bad dudes. So there we get the mace as well. So I killed all the bone wheels out here, so that's why we don't have to worry about them. But this is a perfect opportunity to use your ranged attack if you have not already killed them. So if you approach from this direction, you can actually use your bow and arrow or your pyromancy or sorcery spells, whatever you want to do to kill them from a safe ledge. And being on this ledge gives you full view of the area. Now you can also kill them from the Black Knight's perch, which I showed you how to get to just a moment ago as well. So let's go ahead and heal up one last time, and we're going to go engage Pinwheel the boss. Pinwheel the boss. Pinwheel is very easy. You're going to see what I mean in just a moment. I don't think I've ever died to Pinwheel, so I'm going to be very disappointed if for some reason something weird happens. That would be quite embarrassing. Bum, 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 bum. So, Pinwheel is basically like an homage in my mind to one of those old Zelda bosses where there's multiple bosses and you just go and wreck as many of them as you can, hoping that you're killing the main boss. So we're just going to go in there and do work to some of these dudes. And pretty much half the time when you get invaded, I'd say 50% of the time when you get invaded, you're getting invaded by somebody wearing one of these different masks. So, people love these things. So you're just going to run in here and go to town. Oops. And here's the last guy. Dope. Wow. I totally fudged this up. I can't believe I did that. There we go. I've never actually got so many pinwheels out before. So basically, if you use a bigger weapon, I'm just using this club right now so it wasn't dealing a tremendous amount of damage. But if you were using a heavier weapon, you'd kill them a lot easier. You see there, I didn't even try to defend myself. I was just going in there, swinging like a maniac, and I still killed him super easily. So we get the Rite of Kindling, which is a huge thing. Now we can actually improve bonfires plus 20, and by doing that, we improve bonfires 4 times. So we give ourselves a full count of 20 Estus flasks. So those previous bonfires that were only plus 10 can now go to plus 20. You just have to kindle them 2 more times. So let's grab this loot. Thank you very much. And now we got the Mask of the Father for killing that one. So let's check out the Mask of the Father real quick. Mask of the Father, show me yourself. So all of these masks, all three of the variants have special unique properties to them. One of three masks of the Pinwheel, the necromancer who stole the power of the Gravelord and reigns over the Catacombs. This mask belongs to the Valiant Father. It slightly raises equipment load. So this thing lets you wear heavier stuff. It's kind of like Hovel's ring a little bit. So definitely if you're a fat gear guy, you want to have something like this to utilize that extra armor and over encumbrance. Okay, so I think this is a perfect spot to stop at. Thanks a lot for checking out this video, everybody, and stay tuned for the next episode. Peace. Thanks for checking out my video. If you enjoyed it, click the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel and social media accounts to keep current with Paper Planes updates. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.